Last week was the long awaited interview with my husband, Craig. If you've always wanted to see the other side of a small business, then this is one that you definitely want to take a listen to. Now, in this week's episode, you guys, I want to talk about Small Business Saturday and the importance of this special day for all small businesses. I love that we have now dedicated a day to just us, but I also want to give you guys 5 tips on what you can do as a small business owner to get year-long support.
Welcome to the Rescued and Upcycled podcast with weekly inspiration, tips on trying new techniques, and overall real talk about owning your own DIY business. Now here's your host, Sonnet Ullenbrock.
Welcome back to Rescued and Upcycled. I'm your host, Sonnet Ullenbrock. I want to thank you guys all for joining me today on my podcast. This is episode 36. And if you are new here, what I love to do is interview different creatives or small business owners every other week. And then I also love talking all things small business. So I have been hoping that you have been inspired by me with different topics that I have spoke about, but also my guest host and their journeys as small business owners or creatives. So I hope you guys have been enjoying that. Now, this week, you guys, I really want to talk about a thing called Small Business Saturday. And this is truly a day when all small businesses get extra exposure and people are encouraged to shop small. And looking back, I honestly didn't know anything about Small Business Saturday myself, and I was a small business owner until I officially had a storefront. And when I had my storefront, then that's when I found out about Small Business Saturday. So some of you out there may never have heard of Small Business Saturday either. So because of that, I was just curious. I don't even know like when it officially started or anything. So I thought I'm going to do a little research myself, be a little bit knowledgeable as well, and learn a few things. So because I was curious as to when it started and how it truly came about, I just feel like, Small Business Saturday is so important to, like I said, all small businesses. So, people like when I was in downtown Appleton, and that's when I first truly found out about it. I do have to say that people did come out in droves, you guys. So, it was truly one of the largest shopping days of the season each year for us. So, very similar to Black Friday for big box stores. Like I said, I did a little research. And so, when did it all start? My research found that in 2010, an effort was made to support local small businesses, many of whom were hurting during the economic recession. So, in 2010, that was when we were considered being in a recession. So, American Express launched Small Business Saturday to help drive more holiday shopping to small businesses. 1 year after the launch, local officials across the nation began to notice and promote the day. In 2011, the Senate unanimously passed a resolution in support of Small Business Saturday. And by 2012, officials in all 50 states began to participate and they have done it every year since. So I was trying to think like when we officially opened our small business in downtown. So quite a few years after that, and I hadn't even heard of it. I mean, maybe I kind of did, but I'm sure it was because it was the beginning stages, and I don't know. I feel like that was when I officially heard about it when it was affecting me. So I definitely want to get the word out, and I think all small businesses should as well get the word out because I'm sure to this day some people still don't know that Small Business Saturday exists or that they should support small businesses. So, you guys may ask yourself, what is the impact of shopping small during the holidays? So, for the past 20 years, small businesses have accounted for roughly 40% of the United States gross domestic output, which equates to trillions of dollars of economic activity. Uh, and really designating this day in honor, we are just reminding everyone that these businesses truly rely on everyone's patronage during critical consumer shopping, like the shopping season, you guys. But everybody shouldn't just support during the shopping season. It is especially important to support your small businesses year round. Um, but this year, definitely even more. I think with the election, like I have finally seen an uptick at my different booth locations. And I'm sure it was because of, the holiday season, like kind of kicking off. But there was a poll taken, and consumers are expected to spend $191 less at small businesses this holiday season. A 40% downturn from last year as rising costs and continued inflation pressures are causing a pullback on spending. So I'm sure that they're going to pull back on spending for, even at the big box stores. But think about how that is going to affect our local small businesses. So um it makes me sad, like to think that it is going to hurt everyone. This could cause, extreme strain, on small businesses who rely on the holiday sales to drive profit. And it looks like 61% say holiday revenue is a key factor to the success of their business. And that is true across the board for like I always say like between October and like I would say like the holiday, like Christmas, that is the key shopping time, you guys. So, however, while total consumer spend is expected to be down, one positive outlook for small businesses this holiday season is that consumers do remain loyal to supporting and shopping small. So, definitely get out there and do your part, support a small business. But my one question is, but why only on one day? Why? I get it, like the big box stores get Black Friday, but my husband just told me that they're already starting to do their Black Friday sales. That's not a Black Friday sale. It's a November sale then. Just say it, November. I mean, everyone is trying to jump the gun, get that sale first. And this year, Small Business Saturday runs super late because Thanksgiving runs later. So it is not until the day after Black Friday, which I think is the 30th this month. I should have probably looked that date up before I started talking, and I don't have a calendar here. Um, but honestly, like everyone is just trying to get a piece of that pie. But like I said, I really love that there is a dedicated day to, us small business owners. But get out there and support small businesses all year because they are the heart of our community, you guys. And I honestly would much rather buy from a small business than from a big box store. One thing that I notice is like sometimes, like if I get an idea of something I want from, like, or for like my nieces and nephews, for instance, I can't necessarily get that exact item, like if they have something specific. So that can be hard, but you can support them in so many other ways too. I mean, you can buy ornaments or like, just different things. There's so many different ideas, and each small business is completely different. So, some more stats real quick. I found this very interesting. So, nearly half of consumers, 47%, said a key reason they choose to shop at a small business over a large retailer is their desire to contribute to their community and support overall entrepreneurial success. I'm tongue tied today. What is going on? This makes my heart full when I read stuff like this, you guys, because the one thing I hear from so many, like the reason they don't go out and shop or shop small is that they prefer to shop online or they hate going out to the stores. They don't like the crowds. There's always excuses and they still need to shop, right? So why not just take a dedicated day and go and have fun like Small Business Saturday? If that is the one day that you're going to support small businesses, do it then. So, now, another question is like, what if I really do only want to shop online? Well, with the growth of online shopping, you guys, more and more entrepreneurs are starting to move their businesses online. And, but I do have to tell you, I brought that up because I hear that a lot, that a lot of people just like to shop online. It's so convenient. They don't have to go to the mall. And think about it in this crazy busy time, like the malls become chaotic. That's hard to find a parking spot. It's because they're all waiting till the end. So you guys should be doing your shopping early, right? But a study shows this year the majority of consumers plan to shop equally online and in person. So not everybody's shopping, online, compared with only 26% who say they plan to shop primarily in person, and 23% say they plan to shop primarily online. So those are a couple stats. So really, if you think about it, I mean, you're still going to get a great flow of people through your door. Now that I've, given you a little insight into Small Business Saturday, what you can do as a small business owner to stay relevant, or what can you do to stay relevant all year long? Um, I am going to give you 5 tips on that. So, I want to give you 5 tips to help you as a small business owner. So, you're thinking, how, if they're going to be shopping at all the big box stores, how am I going to get in front of them? You need to be doing this all year long, you guys. You need to be number one, telling your story. Customers want to know you, they want to get to know us and figure out by having that connection. They're going to want to shop with you. I can guarantee it. If they have that connection and they feel like, oh my gosh, I saw Sonnet do this or I saw Sonnet do that, they're going to be more apt to decide to buy something from me than go to a local store. Or you're showcasing, like a behind the scenes. You're giving them insight into your business, but you need to tell them your story, why you have your business, the whys behind it. Talk about your family, explain that this is supporting your family. You need to let them know, why they need to come to you. But don't sell your, like a lot of people think that, being on social media, they have to sell their products, they have to, continuously be selling. Sell yourself, sell your purpose. And I can guarantee by making those connections, it is going to increase people to stop by your booth or stop by your storefront, go to your online store. But yeah, why should they stop by your business? And let them know, because each of you are unique and different and you offer so much. And you can't assume that the consumer or your viewers or followers are going to know the why behind why you have your business. So let them know. I think this is huge. And I have always tried to connect with my viewers, my subscribers, my followers, whatever you want to call them, my listeners. I try to definitely get them to let them know me. I show them like behind the scenes, what I'm doing. But I definitely want to have a connection with everyone. And I think I love doing this so much because of that too. The one thing that I truly, truly miss about having a storefront is the in-person interaction. So when I'm even out and about thrifting and I get to meet people that know me or like that have recognized me because I'm on YouTube and, just meeting them, it is so special, you guys. Honestly, like I love it. I love hearing, what they like about the channel or, like what they like about a project. And even when they've stopped by like my booths, they get so excited because they're like, oh my gosh, I saw Sonnet flip this here in this video. So there's always that connection, you guys. It really, really is important. So tell your story, number one. I cannot emphasize this enough. Now, number two, you have to think like the big box stores, you guys. They always are showcasing gift ideas. They are on social media talking about, showcasing what is in their store. So, what I recommend to you is don't you want a piece of this pie, this fourth quarter pie? You need to start thinking about what you can showcase and tell them are gift ideas that you have to offer. So, like I think too, like I just think of my grandma. She's no longer with us, but I would have to almost paint a picture and explain something completely before she would understand. Oh, that's what I should do with that? Or like, oh, what a great idea. So that is what you have to think about for your customers. Not always are they going to know, like when they look at something you have in your booth, like it could be a gift. So make sure you have maybe a sign that says great gift ideas. Sometimes, honestly, you guys, customers have to be told. They can't always think of their own ideas. Think about or I'm going to give an example, like when I'm under pressure to purchase something for somebody and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I buy them? What do I buy them? If I had something like great gift ideas and I would look and I'm like, that is a great gift idea. Or maybe like gifts for the husbands or, great gifts for people who love vintage. I mean, just think about like have little vignettes set up that way even. But really, the big box stores always have amazing displays too. So beautiful vignettes, eye catching. So if you are in a vendor booth and like a big vendor mall or like store, and you have to stand out in front of everyone else, you want to have great lighting. You want to have, think about things, all the senses that are going to suck that person walking by into your booth or into your storefront. If it's a storefront, you want your window display to be amazing. And think about the big box stores, a lot of them, or if you're at the mall, they all have their window displays amazing. So, same as a vendor booth. You want it lit. You want it smelling good. You want it clean. You want, like beautiful displays, you guys. So if you can get better at creating vignettes, I would definitely encourage you to create little mini vignettes and showcasing in these vignettes different gifts. So I know like even, my booth is half, the things that I sell as in like my upcycles, my furniture, all of that good stuff, my vintage finds. And then the other half would be like my paint supplies. And really at this point, you have to start thinking people are not going to be buying for themselves. Typically, they're going to be buying gifts. So you have to get into the gift mode and think about what what they're going to be buying for that. So that is one thing that I'd recommend starting to do early. But these tips can be used all year long, you guys. Your booth should be lit up. You should have beautiful window displays or vignettes. You should always be trying to think like that big box store. Because all year long, not just fourth quarter piece of the pie, you want to take a piece of the spending pie all year long. Okay. So again, just start really focusing on, showcasing what that customer can get from you. All right. Now, number three, I can't say this enough, you guys. If you don't already, get online. get a website. I know it's kind of late in the game this season, but honestly, so many people shop online or they get ideas online at least, and or if they're following you because they love what you have to offer and they always want to buy from you but you don't sell online, that you're missing out on sales. It was funny because early on in my small business journey, as I created my YouTube channel, my one thing is I was trying to figure out how to get people in Wisconsin to purchase from me, and I did not have an online store initially. I was just trying to get my name out there, and once I started doing YouTube videos, I realized I now have exposure to the entire, I can't even talk today, entire US. And I just have opened up so many different opportunities. So because I'm getting that exposure, then only made sense to have an online store, not just my vendor booths to sell in. So once I created that, I mean, it was a game changer, you guys. So if you currently do not have an online store, you are definitely missing out. But just remember, because even if you do have an online store, doesn't mean you're going to have sales. I do have to tell you, when I first opened my online website, I remember I hit I don't even know, publish or whatever the word was when I turned it on, and I sat there and I'm like, crickets, crickets. And I'm like, okay, where are all the sales? I have it, it's published, but it takes a while for people to, first of all, know you have it. And you have to also be promoting it on a daily basis. So get out there, get your online store set up, and then start promoting it. You guys, drive business to your website, and do that by, basically number 4, which is getting the word out, you guys. People don't necessarily even know that you exist. There are a lot of small businesses out there, and there is competition, but so many of us are so small that people just don't know about you yet. So you need to get on social media. If you've been dragging your feet, stop. Do it now. You guys, honestly, it's free marketing. I always say that it is free. You don't have to boost posts and stuff. Just go out there, set up, whether it's like a Facebook page, an Instagram. If you want to get on TikTok, there's Pinterest. You could be on YouTube. There's so many different, social media platforms, but get one set up. You should always just have Facebook. I mean, there are so many people on Facebook. And then the second thing I always hear too is the algorithm. It always stops me from, getting, out there. Yes, everyone complains about that, but it's free, you guys. And so many platforms, like you can try to boost your, like I said, your post, but you don't have to. And yeah, definitely get out there and try it, because there's just so many different platforms to choose from. And yes, the algorithm can be an issue, but it's an issue for everyone. So it's amazing how one post, you could create like a short video called a reel, and it could totally blow up and your growth could be huge. So I would definitely recommend getting social. And, if you are feeling like really like, okay, I'm on socials, and you want to try something different and you haven't done it yet, try boosting a post that's receiving more traction. So if you see a post that you've created is receiving like lots of comments, lots of shares, likes, try to boost it, see if it's going to help you at all. But just definitely do that. Now, the one thing too is you guys need to be talking about your business all the time. You can't talk about it enough. And with any of the social platforms, the other thing, and I'm sure that you've heard this numerous amount of times, consistency is key. You cannot just show up for 1 week and post 20 times a day for 1 week, then ghost your audience for 3 months and then show back up and expect like 1,000 views or whatever. No, you have to be consistent, and whatever consistency means to you, whether that's one post a day, once every other day, but you have to be consistent. So something that you can hold yourself accountable for. And keep in mind too, like it's all different things that you don't, like I said earlier, you don't necessarily need to be posting just all salesy things, because that's going to be a total turnoff. Post about you. People love seeing like about your small business. So talk about, what you offer, but also showcase like the behind the scenes. And if you feel comfortable, share some personal pictures like of you and your family. If they get that connection, like I said earlier, it is just going to help you so much more. They're going to be more apt to buy from you because they feel that connection. But yes, I definitely recommend getting social. It's free, like I said, on all the platforms, and you can even get monetized where you make money after having so many viewers. And I know that this is not what the talk is about or this podcast is about, but there's so much opportunity if you pick one platform and get good at it, then go to another one, but pick the platform that your viewers are on. So, for instance, I know that my viewers are on YouTube, Facebook. I have different types of viewers on TikTok, and then I have different viewers too on Instagram. So it's amazing how you can hit up different audiences on all of them. So keep that in mind. Now, number 5, have a good marketing plan in place. Yes, social media is so important, but you will never own your social media followers. So, tomorrow, Facebook could be gone. And yes, you've worked so hard, and I just told you to get social, but tomorrow, let's say Mark Zuckerberg, something happens and they shut him down and you are out of luck. So you have to have a multi-marketing plan, you guys. So just a few ideas is like, first of all, every single one of you should have a Google business profile so that if anybody Googles your business, it should be out there. They should know if you have a website, where you're located. I mean, that is like number one uno that you should do. Every single one of you go out, create your Google business profile. Um, Another way to get exposure is this might be a little much, but a thought is create a business blog. So, blogging generates so much interest in businesses too. I have heard like other people say, well, blogging is dead. It is not dead. People still read articles, people are on Pinterest, which, there's so much blogging information out there, like how to's. Talk about your business, what you do. So create that. Another great way to market your business is create how-to videos on YouTube. You may not want to be in front of a camera, but that's okay. Did I want to be in front of a camera initially? No, it kind of like I cringed, honestly, you guys, when that thought came about. I love it now. I love creating how-tos. I love interacting with my customers and my viewers on my YouTube videos. Also, start an email list, you guys. You need to have an email marketing plan. This, again, if that is one thing you will own your email list. So if, let's say, Facebook or like even YouTube goes down, you still have your email list that you can still reach out to your customers. So keep that in mind. And again, create a website. You again own that website, and people know where to find you then, once you get out there and tell them you have a website. Yes, I know everything that I talked about takes time. I know as a small business owner myself, I feel like I just don't have enough time in a day. I always wish for another 10 hours maybe 8, I don't know. But marketing your business, is honestly so important. And it seems to be the last thing small businesses think about. And I personally have been trying to get better at this, you guys. I have been trying to be better at marketing my business, and I would encourage each and every one of you to get better at it as well. So, I started my small business to do what I love. And if I want to continue to do what I love, I have to make sure people find me and I have to get creative since I don't have a huge marketing budget like those big box stores. And I'm sure you guys don't either. And you will never be able to tackle every one of the things that I have talked about all at one time. So don't try. Just give yourself a little grace and try to do one thing and then just add another. And if you try to add, like I said, everything at once, you will feel, I can guarantee it, complete overwhelm and you will not do anything at all. And you will be back to zero. Not doing anything at all. So just try to tackle one area at a time. And I think that it is just going to move your small business forward. But number one, give your business exposure, you guys, because each of you have so much to offer and everyone wants to be found. So definitely talk more about your small business and let them get to know who you truly are. So, I am super excited for the upcoming Small Business Saturday this year. And this time around, I have an extra special Small Business Saturday promotion that I'm going to be kicking off. So, you guys definitely have to be watching for that. I put a lot of time, energy into it. And like I said, I have been working on my marketing plan, and Small Business Saturday was definitely an area that I felt like I needed to be better at. So I wanted to talk about it today, talk about the importance of small business, talk about how not only have to take advantage of one day, and how, 5 tips on really trying to make your business better and get more exposure all year long. So I hope that I have given you some great ideas and tips to help your small business. I know that, I continuously try to, change things or perfect things for my own small business. And if I can help you guys in one way, let me know too in the comments. Did any of the tips, resonate with you? Are you going to try any of them? I'd love to hear. And I hope you do. And I hope you guys all have great success in your small businesses. Now, I'm going to wrap things up today, but I appreciate that you guys have joined me in next week's episode. You guys, I am so excited because I am interviewing not only one, but 2 people, a husband and wife duo, Chris and Cindy. You guys, they own CNC DIY Factory. And this is the first time I will be interviewing 2 people at one time. I've hit a lot of milestones. I interviewed my husband. So if you guys missed that one, like I said, last week's episode was my husband. And now this week I am interviewing a husband and wife duo. So I have always, honestly, you guys, dreamed of adding my husband to the mix of the business. And if you listened last week, somebody asked him that question and he said, yeah, eventually I would love to join your business. I'm like, what? Like, I literally was not expecting those words out of his mouth. So, this is going to be a great opportunity for me to find out or pick up some pointers from both Cindy and Chris to see if that is something that I could possibly do with my husband as well. So, I am really looking forward to that interview, guys, and I hope you join me in next week's episode for that. Now, if you guys are listening on any of the podcast platforms, don't forget, rate, review, and subscribe so you guys don't miss out on an episode. And you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm on TikTok, Pinterest, all the social platforms where I push out a ton more content. If you guys are watching me today on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. In the comments, like I said, let me know what you guys are thinking about the podcast. What do you think about today? Are you going to try any of my tips? But I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. And you guys, we will see you next week. Bye.